Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? We are continuing our race to the finish for Vision Pro version of Kineo. Getting that out the door. We should close Discord. We don't need that open. If you're not part of the Discord, you should join the Discord. You should also do that. But we're not going to watch it on this stream right now. What we're going to do today, or at least what we're going to continue today, mentioned it last night. Hey, Jojo, how are you doing? Mentioned it last night, and then I actually started on it after the stream. Kind of got down a rabbit hole and have decided to avoid that rabbit hole and coming back out. Getting this app built and delivered to the App Store. That definitely seems like an important part of this whole thing. We took a look last night, found out that Fastlane does not actually support visionOS yet. So off stream a little bit, I did some playing with some things. I decided, I don't want to have to deal with the pain of calling other processes in Swift. I really don't want to have to deal with the pain of like Ruby, Python, anything like that. So I'm going to deal with the best scripting language that is out there. And, oops, that's not the right thing. I wrote some PowerShell scripts. Because it is the best shell scripting language. You just have to install PowerShell and then you're good. But then ultimately I decided, no, I actually don't want to deal with this. Because then I do have to install PowerShell. And I don't know. I probably should just set this down and should be fine with it. But I'm not happy with these scripts as they are. And so I think what I want to do is I do, in fact, want to go and deal with the pain of Swift. I still really don't want to deal with the pain of Ruby or Python or any other language, Node, anything like that. I think I want to work with Swift in this. And so what we're going to do today, we're going to take this PowerShell scripting that I've done, and we are going to... Bash is the way? No, it is not. I disagree, Adam Wolf. I asked Developer Duck to help me with Bash, and it's just like, no, you should know better. I didn't, actually. I asked it about all my PowerShell help. I got all kinds of PowerShell help. Except for, here the best part was, I like talking about PowerShell this entire time, and then I'm like, how can I get the first item of an array? And it's like, here's some Swift code. Like, we've been talking about PowerShell this entire time. Why did you suddenly decide that we were talking about Swift? Anyway, that was... DevDuck is the only way you can write Bash? Yeah, I mean, what would be really nice is if I could just write a DevDuck script. And what I want to do is I want like a .duck file, and all it looks like is here. We're gonna do like archive vision .duck, and what this is like write and run shell script that runs the command xc run list sim, or no, xc run simctl list devices JSON, parses out the Vision Pro simulator and stores that value, stores that simulator's UDID as a value. And then I just run duck archive vision.duck, and it just goes and does this for me. I don't even check it. I'm sure nothing can go wrong with me just passing a text to an LLM and letting it run code willy-nilly on my computer. I want to see what this actually... Like, if I just do a brand new one... Oh, see, now it assumes that I have JQ installed. I do have JQ installed in this case, but it also, yeah, is not smart enough to like fetch that value. Like what I need it to do is I need it to fetch that value and then figure out what I mean by Vision Pro Simulator and then write that. Because yeah, this will not work because there's nothing that's named Vision Pro. Or is there? I'm actually... Also, this is an older version of... well, it's the newest version of GPT, but GPT, does not itself up to date. So it probably has no idea what the Vision Pro even is. I don't know how up to date GPT-4 128K preview is, but it's I think even that one is April, so it's before the Vision Pro got announced. Anyway, kill anyway. Yes, we don't actually want that file. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna redo this in Swift, and we'll see what we get instead. Number of commits are out of control. So I think what I want to do is I want to kind of create a folder. So here, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to Kineo. We're gonna start a shell in here. Okay, we've already got a shell open. And then I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up this. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a new folder called build tool. How do I create it? It's plus, right? Yeah. So we're going to create a new thing called build tool. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to cd build tool, and we're going to Swift package init. Actually, dash help. I need to know what types of tools we can do. I think we want a tool. Dash type tool. Can folks see commit counts for private repos? I think you can see it in the like profile graph. So if I go to github.com/arclight. Yeah, you can see this. But does that say number of commits? I mean, contributions here. Let's just go look at Adam Wolf. $4,749 contributions. But it does not show... I don't see the that like graph that says how many commits are actually there. Because yeah, a lot of this could be code reviews or opening issues or opening pull requests. I don't see anything here on yours that is I mean, you do have 280 contributions in private repositories just in January. But yeah, I don't see anything that lets me say how much of this is commits versus opening issues versus opening pull requests versus anything like that. So that's not public. But yeah, your number of contributions definitely is. Oops. Yeah, I'm just close that anyway. All right, so we created this tool, and then I think what we can do is we can just in here say Swift run. Because this is really what I want to be able to do, is I want to say Swift run, and then I want to pass whatever arguments I can to that, and it'll just do whatever. Okay, so let's go open up anything in here. Sources, build tool.swift. Yeah, this just runs and says, hello world. Perfect. I'm not sure why that's considered a mutating func, but sure. So I think what we want to do is we just want to have this do two different things. We want to say build, clean, test, archive. Those are the four different things that we want it to be able to do. Build, clean, test, and archive. And then, what we probably want is we probably want a platform call. So let's go look at our argument parser, which actually there's a URL right here. I have no idea where I set my water bottle. There it is. So yeah, so if you're not familiar with Swift argument parser, it allows you to write a lot of these command line arguments pretty easily in Swift. It's all type safe, everything exciting there. So I think we need an argument that is our build like our command. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it command, and then we're going to call platform. And I think we need both of those available. So argument, var, command, option, var, platform. Yeah, and that'll be required. So let's try that. And then I think we can make this all async, which I hope is doable. This needs to conform to parsable command. There's an async parsable command. Okay, so I think that we'll start with async parsable command, so that way we get the async throws. But we can come with that later. Right now, we're gonna just say argument and option, and let's also get rid of this here. At argument get Emacs, are you gonna pop in and help me with anything? No? Now what's interesting is I do think we can actually pass an enum into here, and then it will only let us use certain ones. It might be worth looking into that. Argument. Because that would make life pretty easy. If we can just say like, oh, give us an enum. Enumerable flag. Flag var sizes, a type that represents the different possible flags to be used by a flag property. Maybe not what we want, but this one here, expressible by argument, a type that can be expressed as a command line argument. This actually is, I think, kind of what we want. Is this a protocol that we have to implement ourselves? I don't know. Let's just put a string there for now, and we'll see what happens. So, hey, this guy, how are you doing? Winning? Not yet. Yeah, so okay, so we've added this command here. Tells us this is the command to run. Here's our arguments. It is required, and we need to do that. Now, yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can use an enum here. Enum build command string, and we're going to say that we are case build, case test, case archive, case clean. Those are our 4 options. And what happens if we say our command is our build command? Does that work? No. Cannot synthesize decodable because it's not decodable. It's also not expressible by argument. Okay, so why don't we start with it's codable. It doesn't like that. Okay, so it is okay with that. Missing expected argument command. Now, can I say Swift run archive? No executable product named archive. Well, okay. Swift run -- archive. No. How do I Swift run and then say now give me all of the URLs. Swift run. Arguments to pass to the executable. Swift run. But what is the executable that we're running? Is that something that's defined in our project.swift? Build tool, Swift run, build tool, archive. Yes, okay, so that worked. Swift run, build tool, scream. The value scream is invalid for command. Okay, cool. This is actually what we want. What's next? So we have our build tool. We have the arguments that we can pass to the build tool. Now we need a platform. So let's go argument. No, not argument. Option. Help. The platform to run command on. Var platform. And then let's just call it build platform. Now what's interesting is this says expressible by argument. Do we have an expressible by option? We have just option. But that in my mind is not really what we want. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and say build platform string case mobile case vision. You've been a huge fan of argument parser and Swift command line and been using it for a recent project, and it's so easy to iterate on. I've only used it for a couple light things, and it is definitely nice. I have not really used it on a huge project yet. But I'm interested to see. I've liked it when I've used it so far. Requires that build platform conform to expressible by argument. Hey, Mono, how are you doing? Okay, so yeah, build is there, and then platform is available. So if I say platform Android, it's like, that's not valid. But if I say platform mobile, that works. And remember, Mono, you do have to respond in typing and not in Discord. First day back working. Is it Friday yet? It is not Friday yet. Okay, can this be expressible by argument without being codable? I want to know if that's true, because I would love to not need that. It is. Okay, so all I have to do is say expressible by argument. You almost talked back. All right, so now we can open up new files and move them over to there. So build command.swift. You know what? Let's just split this view. Nope, not like that. Like that. We're going to grab this. We probably also need to grab import argument parser. I'm very sad that I'm not seemingly getting any autocomplete. Doing Swift command line tools has usually worked pretty good in Emacs. Regime for Cocoa Type Radio Show where Discord audio streams too. Mono and I discussed that last night. Probably not right now, but maybe after Kineo ships, we might do a Cocoa Type call-in show. I need to watch more episodes of Frasier so that I can understand how to handle a radio show like that. Hello, you're on the air with Cocotype Radio. How may I help you with your coding issues? All right, so that's working. Okay, so now that we've got these, I think what we can do is... What? How did Xcode hurt you today? I think the next thing that we need to do is we need to build something that can run commands. So we need a runner. Let's go create a runner.swift. And so what we're going to do here, this just needs foundation. And now here's the problem. Enum runner. Is this a runner? Yeah. I was going to say, like, do we need anything else? Like, can we just do static func run? We almost need, like, the tool, because this is all going to be through XC run. So we need the tool, and this is going to be a string. And then we need arguments. And this is going to be an array of strings. And I almost want, like, tool to be an enum as well. What are the tools that we need? We just need Xcode build and AL tool, right? I think those are the only things that we have in our use cases. Yeah, this just uses Xcode build and AL tool. So those are the only two that we need. We should sort them. So the way that I see this working is that we do something like runner dot run AL tool arguments. Yeah, this is where it gets tricky. Like dash dash upload app dash F, and then we need like a path and blah blah blah, and yeah. That's where it's gonna be a bit of a pain, but I think we'll be fine. Those might not actually be our only tools. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The first thing that we're going to need to do is we are going to need... I think it's called process. Yeah, process. It used to be NS task. I think it is actually still NS task in Objective-C. Yeah. They completely renamed it between Swift and Objective-C. And I think that this has a async one. Launch, use run instead. Don't they have one that is async so that we can just... Oh, yeah, here it is. No, also not this one. Creates and runs a task with a specified executable and arguments. I thought they had an asynchronous one of this. Am I wrong? I mean, I can definitely turn it into an asynchronous one. It's just I would rather not. I would rather just work. The other thing that I want to do is I want to set this up so that it logs immediately. Because what we can do is we can like let it run and then we grab all of standard output and then we dump that. But what I want is I want it to be kind of running normally. I want it to log as it logs, as opposed to waiting until it finishes and then doing it. So, it might be a little bit trickier than I thought. So anyway, let's start. So let process equals process. Now you're giving me autocomplete. Well, no, you're not. That's because this always requires this. Init. Is that really the only? Yeah. Okay. So process dot executable URL. That's what we're looking for. Receiver's executable. Yeah. Oh, launch path was the other one that I was thinking of, but they're like, don't do that anymore. So executable URL equals URL file URL. Init with. Why is there a file URL with path and there's just a init with file path? Whatever. We're not worried about it. Oh, I had it up here. User bin xcrun. So then var arguments string blah, blah. Actually, can we just prepend? Yeah, no, hold on. Var arguments equals arguments. And then we're going to say arguments dot insert. And then we need like tool dot. I don't know why it's not indenting, but whatever. There we go. Okay, so there's our process. We give it an executable URL, user bin xcrun. We give it our arguments. I really want this to be async. Oops. Because yeah, what we want is process dot run. And yeah, there's nothing here that says, oh yeah, go ahead and just run async. So what is this one? Run URL. No, this is a. Oh, this is not at all what we want. So I guess we need to give it a termination handler. Gross. Okay. Process.termination handler equals. And this is where we would need to do a. Yeah, can we just do return await with checked continuation in. Oops. So we get our termination handler process in. Is that all we need in our termination handler? Yeah, process. So underscore in. Actually, maybe we should take that. So this should be completed process. And let's leave that for now. Gonna go grab some lunch. What are you getting for lunch? Can I have some lunch? We'll figure out what we're going to actually print here in a minute. I don't think it's worth dealing with right now. 2-minute noodles? Nice. Oh, you should be. So you should be back soon. Just like get 2 minutes. Start the timer. Somebody start the timer for 2 minutes and tell us when Mono's back. Okay, let's just print. Done. That's what he said last time. It was like 20 minutes? Oh, come on. Mono, you gotta get back faster than that. You should be back already. Two minutes for noodles, 20 minutes for an episode. An episode of what? Okay, so you're cooking noodles and watching something. Dinner and a show. I guess, yeah, we just care about this being done. The brother's son. I have no idea what that is. There's lots of 2-minute noodles. Continuation dot resume. I think that's all we actually care about. So yeah, let's try doing that. Is there anything that we can do with XE run that's not a little obnoxious? Terminal. Actually, can we just run XE run without anything? Actually, XE run xcode build dash help. That's all we actually care about. Yeah, that'll just dump some help. So yeah, let's go ahead and go into our main thing here. Yeah, we got this right there. We're gonna say hello world, then we're going to, yeah, now we need this to be async. Await runner dot run. We're not going to see anything that this does. But yeah, that should actually let us build it right now. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, it doesn't like something. With check continuation is only available in macOS 10.15 or newer. We can definitely go even newer than that. What version of macOS are we running? 14, so let's make it 13 because I think that's what the CI system is running. So let's go into our package.swift and say platforms. Where does platforms go? I really am sad that like autocomplete is not working the way that I want. Oh my god. Yeah, we should have... I don't know what's going on. We should have autocomplete, and I don't know why we don't. And I'm quite sad. No, don't shut up, new one. Yeah, I don't know why we're not getting autocomplete. Screw it, we're just gonna do this in Xcode. Maybe not. The null empty string could not be opened. That's useful information. The null empty string could not be opened. Alrighty then. And also Xcode has crashed now. Like legitimately crashed. It wasn't one of you all. Mono disappeared and Xcode actually crashed. It's the opposite of what we would have expected. There you go. Now it's working. See, but the problem here is that now I can't really... When I run this, I need to, like, specify my arguments here. And that's gross. I don't like it. Concurrency is only available in iOS 13 or newer. Well, for one thing, stop running on the iPad. There we go. That built. And so if we run it, we should see something. Hello world. And then nothing for a minute. That should run pretty fast. We're just asking for help. So I don't know what we got going on here. We don't see it printing done. Oh, you know what else we don't see it doing? We never actually called run. Let's try that. Process.run. Call can throw, but it is not marked with try and the error is not handled. Okay, well, this is now a checked throwing continuation. Return try 08. But then this now needs to be do blah catch continuation dot resume throwing error. Build succeeded, but it says it can't find process. Okay, look at that. Hey, we actually got all this working. Yeah, okay. So that actually is what I want. In fact, it also printed all of this stuff, which I was not expecting, but it worked, so good. Okay, so now that we got that, so now I think actually we have the opposite problem, that we're not capturing our own standard output. So if I wanted this to be, if I wanted this to return a string, or I wanted to get a value out of this, I don't think we've got that happening. Because that is actually what we want to start with, is we want to, if we go look at our build vision. Why is it empty? Test vision? Yeah, that one. We want to run this xerun symctl list devices. Oh, symctl is another one of the tools that we need. So if we do that, yeah, we need to be able to get the value out of that and read it for ourselves. So I think we need this to be async throws string. And then, yeah, we need something that can actually take in our standard output. So the standard output for a receiver. Standard output for a receiver, which can be either a file handle or a pipe. If file is a pipe, launching the receiver automatically closes the right end of the pipe in the current task. Don't create a handle for the pipe and pass that as the argument, or the right end of the pipe won't be closed automatically. So what we need is we need a pipe that almost like splits it and returns it both to ourselves and also to standard output, so that we can kind of write to both. Pipe. File handle for reading, file handle for writing. How do I create a pipe though? Pipe is an abstract class, the public interface of a class cluster. Okay, but still, how do I do that. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Let T. It even knows that I would have wanted to call it T. That's great. Process.standard output equals T. So we're just creating a pipe. And we're forwarding it there. Set up a file handle for reading and forwarding. So that gets a handle out of our T. Dear God, what's going on here? Redirect the standard output to the original standard output as well. Let dupstdat equals dupstdat file. No. Original standard out. I hate all of this. I don't like this at all. Data observer is an NS object protocol. Data observer equals notification center. Add observer. So this is just basically whenever there's new data available on T. Is that what that is? Capture the output as a string. If we run out of data, then we remove the observer. Gross. That's why this is like this force unwrap here. No, I did not want to do that. Stop. I have no idea what dup here is. I'm assuming it's duplicating something, but like I don't know where that would be coming from. Oh, it's right here. Dup in 32. What does that do? Duplicates an existing object descriptor and returns its value to the calling process. So it's duplicating a file descriptor. I mean, that's fine. It just seems like there should be a much nicer way to do that. Like, do we not have a standard output for ourselves? Oops, that was... Yeah, we have standard output on file handle. I don't understand why we need any of this. Because original standard out should just be file handle.standard output. Boom, right like that. I don't understand why we've got multiple weird things going on here. 1 second. Okay, let's just start working our way through this and figure out what actually is doing what we want. So we're gonna say let t equals pipe. So we're pretty confident about this one right now. Process dot standard output equals t. So far, so good, I think. Let out handle equals t dot file handle for reading. Out handle equals blah 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 blah. So I think part of the problem is we need I don't let out handle equals t file for backup blah 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 blah. Okay. I think we can not have to deal with what we're talking about here. Let data observer notification center default add observer Do we actually even need the notification? I don't think we need the notification here. So we're going to say let data equals out handle dot available data. In this case, I think we want to say guard data dot count is greater than 0, else return. I don't think we care about anything if there's no available data. And yeah, we're not going to remove the data observer in here. I think we're going to do that in our termination. That's where we actually care about that. What we do need to care about is we need a var output string equals empty string. And then we're going to say guard let string equals string data. Is this even really the best way to do this? I think no, yeah, this is fine. So data encoding .utf8. And now, yeah, this is what's weird. Is it's saying print this to whatever. I don't want to do that. I think we want to put it here. And this should all be inside of this. Yeah, all of this needs to be in there. So yeah, I think this is where this is messed up. This is wrong. Hello. Why is that not indented? Oh, it's this. And then honestly, I almost kind of feel like we need this no matter what. Let's actually just put this before data. And then we can almost do this here. And then we don't need this one. Okay. So either way, we want standard output to also get this data. Original output dot write why are these different? One of them throws. I'm just going to put this one here and we're going to worry about the fact that it's deprecated later. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Original standard out, write that data. So honestly, I think we can just drop that too. Boop, boop, boop. So when we get new data, we grab it and we write it to standard out. If it's greater than 0 and we have a string version of this, I think all we're going to say is output string append string. I think that's all we need to care about. Mutation of captured var output string in concurrently executing code. This is an error in Swift 6. Yes, but is it an error now? I don't know how to handle that part. Okay. This is saying this is never used. That's because we need it down here. Data, notification center, default, remove observer, data observer. Okay, we'll worry about this mutation later. I mean, does this all go away if I say that this is an actor? Because that'd be great. No. Okay, so we have our output string here, and then I would say continuation.resume returning output string. Reference to captured var output string in concurrently executing code. Crap. So how do I make this work? And I don't think that this would have just worked if we'd used the code that we grabbed, like that developer duck gave us, because developer duck's code was not capturing this output at all. It was just printing it. So I think we're still boned there. And honestly, also developer duck's code didn't know that I wanted this to all be async anyway, so that also doesn't work. No. Okay. I don't want this involved in that thing. Define a class to encapsulate the captured variable. What? Access and modify the captured value safely. There's nothing here in async anyway. Like, the dispatch queue global async is not using Swift concurrency. It makes capturing a reference type instead of a value type. So do I need to almost pass it an actor? Can I, can I do this? So can I generate like a run tool that is itself an actor? Like actor running process. And then in here, I'm running the thing. So like, let's see. Init with tool and arguments. So we'll make this work the same way here. And then it has our private var output string. Actually, we can just make that start like that originally. And then func run async throws string. And then all of our code gets moved into here. almost. Zoop. And then instead of a var output string here, what we do is we're editing this output string. Reference to property requires self. Okay, we can do that. Actor isolated property output string cannot be mutated from a sendable closure. This is an error in Swift 6. Actor isolated property cannot be mutated from a sendable closure. Yeah, that didn't change anything. Actor isolated property cannot be referenced. Yeah, it sounds like the same concurrent access issue, but with different wording. Man, I really need to finish Donnie Walls' Swift concurrency book. I like how I accidentally hit send and I even forgot the first letter of the error and it still was like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Access the actor's property safely using an async function. What if instead of referencing the var, you await get output string and add an async method on the actor? Yeah. So then that would be... We almost need like a func, private func, append output. And this is async. And then, so instead of self output string, we say await append output, self question mark dot append output string. This is async. What if instead of referencing the var, you await get output string, then and add an async method on the actor? I got the feeling that that was what we were supposed to be doing, but this closure is not async. And if I do the opposite and I say, you know, like, oh, I've got a private func get output string, yeah, that would still have the same problem. Because async. But even then, like, I think that would be manipulating a copy, and so it wouldn't be touching the actor in the first place. Will that work? I mean, there's only one way to find out, but... We're just punting it further and further down the line. Reference the captured var self in concurrently executing code. This is an error in Swift 6. Okay, that worked. Then we're not capturing self anywhere. Okay, so that's doing that. And then our termination handler. I'm assuming it A is also sendable, but B is also not async. So continuation, resume, returning output string. Yeah, so we need a private func get output string. Let's just say get output async string turn output string. This is output string equals output string plus string. I guess we don't care about this. This can happen wherever we want. Continuation, resume, returning, and then we're going to say, so this is tweak self in await continuation, resume, returning self dot get outputs. Cannot convert value of type optional string. Okay. Card let self else return. Continuation. Hold on. I want to know why. Okay. I was going to say, I thought that wasn't a problem. Wait, why is... Okay, so yeah, that's just the problem there. Just get this to build. Okay, missing return in static method expected to return string. So then I can say running process tool arguments dot run try return try 08 blah. Hey, it actually built. I'm concerned about this down here, but let's just deal with it for a minute. I think that we should be good here. Let's try it out. The question is, how are we going to make sure that this works? Where's actual build tool? Because we want to see this basically twice. Once inside the quotes, once outside the quotes. Right? We should actually see outside the quotes first. And then inside the quotes. Got result, empty string. Well, something didn't work. What hadn't worked? See, what I'm worried about is this task. That's going asynchronously. That may not happen before we finish. I mean, it would have to be, right? Because this is getting appended here. And that would be before this happens. This data observer is never actually getting fired. Do we need to set this up before we say wait for... Well, no. Yeah, that's not the problem. Because we don't ever actually even start running it here until here. So we've got our data observer set up before we start running. We're missing something from that first one. I think we deleted the other one, didn't we? Yeah. So let's think through this again. Okay, so we've got a process. This is why I didn't want to do this in Swift. just so we're clear. This is why I did not want to do this code in Swift. Look at how much code we've got just to run something. And then in PowerShell, we got over here, it's like, just do it. Just run the code. It's just invoke expression. So we've got a process. We're giving it arguments. We're setting up its standard output right here. Okay. Stupid question. Is the help part of the standard output? Or is it part of standard error? That's certainly interesting. I don't know if it tells me anything. But what okay, so when we change standard error, we now no longer see anything. So that is telling me that help is coming out as part of standard error and not standard output. Because we've now like blocked off that pipe basically. What is interesting is we're still not getting any data. We're still never seeing this happen. I want to try something else. Let's go private let pipe equals pipe. Actually, let's just name it T again. I want to make sure that we're not losing this. Because out handle is getting captured, but T is not. And so I'm wondering if we're like losing access to T somehow. That doesn't make any sense. No. I still feel better about it the way that it is, but the alternative is here. We don't have self anymore. Let's self is gone. Okay, so it's not that. So we really are just getting nothing here. Because, yeah, I think if we put now, this is the beginning, we should get that as our result. Okay, so that is our result. We're just never appending anything to that output string. Why? It almost seems like, yeah, data observer is never getting called. It feels like it should be, right? What happens if we give it no object? Still doesn't get called. Wait for data in background and notify. Wait for data in background and notify. You must call this method from a thread that has an active run loop. have no idea if that's true. Hey, thank you for the sub, Z Fleeman. I have no idea why you didn't get a alert, but thank you. Anyway, it is you. You didn't send it? I saw it get sent, but yeah, maybe not. Oh, it doesn't show up as a chat? That's probably why. That's why you didn't get the alert. You didn't get the, share your sub-anniversary. I just saw the little thing pop up in filter. In activity feed. So yeah, if we're saying wait for data in background and notify, and there is no thread, what are you making for this crazy Apple hat? Let's take a look. Also, I'm not getting any notifications at all, so that may just be that this is broken. Yeah, why don't we switch over to some actual Vision Pro coding as opposed to dealing with build systems, because those don't seem to be working. Oh, you're aware of Kineo. You've been a Kineo user for a very long time. I'm building Kineo for the Apple hat. I know you know what Kineo is. So I can just say that. I'm building Kineo. Oh, hell yeah. So yeah, let's open a new file. And draw our favorite little bouncing ball. Man, I'm terrible at drawing. You've never heard Apple Hat, and now that's your favorite product name by far. It is a nice name. So there you go. But what if you could take this into the third dimension and you draw stuff on top of it? So let's just draw a brand new one. So we're gonna draw one circle here, and then we're going to go into the next one, and then we're going to be like a little bit closer to us, and then we're going to wonder where our onion skin went. Oh, weird. We had it turned off. That's where our onion skin went. And we can go into the third plane, and then our onion skin's going to be gone again. Okay, so that's a bug that we need to fix. Is that our onion skin keeps disappearing. It's going to be hard to see on this preview. But we'll zoom in a little bit. So let's go walk around. Oops. And you can see that it is going at an angle. It's coming more forward in space. As it bounces. I don't know how it's very hard to see in the simulator, but that's what's going on. It's coming at you and then immediately bouncing back away. That would be more interesting if I'd taken the time to draw like actual things that it was moving in front of or behind. But hey, I didn't do that. I don't have time for that. But yeah, so that's the elevator pitch for what I'm building for the Apple hat. But right now we're trying to get the code to actually, you know, compile and be delivered to the App Store. And that's not working. So we were back over here trying to figure out, you'll do animation demos for you, just send you a hat? Why don't you just come for a visit and you can borrow my hat and then you can draw with the hat? Or should I take a trip out to Colorado? I think it's time for you to come back to Seattle. You gotta get some Mac and Jacks. Yeah, you'll come to Seattle? Okay. It's great. I'm assuming in the future you'll be wearing the Vision Pro on stream for coding. In the near future. In the near future. Yes, I will be in the near future wearing future hats in the future. Mono. Okay, so if wait for background and notify doesn't work. How do we do this? I'm kind of ready to give up on trying to do this in Swift. Will work well with the mad scientist. Going on mute to escape from Tarkov. You joined the Dev Club Discord too? Nice. Yeah, so how are we going to handle this if we don't have the ability to do a run loop? I'm assuming that that's just not a thing that we have. Surely somebody on the internet has solved this. Swift, process, async. Swift, That's not really helpful because it doesn't know what I mean by process. I'm guessing the developer duck doesn't know. How can I run a Swift process as an async function and get a string of standard output? I'm guessing it has no idea what I'm talking about here. What? Try await output pipe file handle for reading read to end. That is not async. Quack. I turned off all the quacks. There's nothing in here that is async. It just threw an await in at random. And process.run is not async. Yeah. There's nothing in here. Why doesn't Adam Wolf prefix his message on Twitch with a quack? It's a great question. This thread has been locked by a moderator. Oh, Eskimo just wrote code. Is read to end blocking? It didn't look like it was. Well, yeah, I guess it is. But still, why would that be in await? It does block. But if we just throwing await in front of it doesn't mean anything. Even if it does block. Does it? I mean, that sounds like a nice thing to have, but... Oh, good God. Eskimo is saying this is the official way to do it. I don't like this at all. Single function that will start a child process, pass it some data on standard in, read the data from the child's standard out, and call a completion handler when everything is done. Didn't bother collecting standard error. That's not necessary in many cases, and if you need it, it's not hard to extend the code. I use dispatch IO rather than file handle to manage the IO channels. Dispatch IO is well suited to this task. In contrast, file handle has numerous problems working with pipes. For the details, see wither file handle. Also, can we turn dark mode back on? Oh, geez. No, stop. Default. Oh, because it... Ignore detected dark. There we go. Oh, man. Yeah. This person's just like, how do I do this? And nobody responded. Not a big fan of file handle, and I wrote this post to explain why. Every file handle read or write call results in a read or write system call. If you need to read a file one byte at a time, file handle is not. Yeah, no kidding. Eskimo, glorious. Apple needs to find some way to clone like 20 of him and put them in charge of everything. Notification-based APIs require you to have an NS object subclass available, which we definitely don't have. The async await API only works on macOS 12. I'm okay with that. What async await API are you talking about? Hello, Escaminia. Wat. What async await API on file handle? I would love to know what you're talking about. These are all deprecated. I do like, yeah, there's this readability handler, but again, this isn't async. The file's content as an asynchronous sequence of bits. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Use the for-await in syntax to iterate over the bytes in this sequence. For text files, you can also use its characters, Unicode scalars, or lines properties to retrieve the contents in a more convenient format. Yeah, I think that's going to be a problem because it's like, it's still blocking everything until... Hi, what are we trying to do? We are trying to run other programs from Swift code and get their value from the command line out. How you doing, Sassy Fajita? I suppose we could try this. I don't know. What is this? Okay, so file handle.bytes. So if we say instead of this, like, let's just get rid of all of this, except not actually get rid of all of that. For... I guess actually even what we would want is, we would almost want this down here. For bytes in file handle, no, out handle dot bytes. For in await. Is that, how does that work? Is that the right syntax? Is it 4 in await or is it 4 await in? 4 await in. 4 await bytes in outhandle dot bytes. And bytes is what? An error type. Cool. Async bytes. What is async bytes? Async bytes is... Can I just get bytes out of here? It's an async sequence. It's sendable. For text files, you can also use blah, blah, blah. Twitch just rose. You're trying to run another process async. Why not process.run? We are using process.run. Right there. But I want to capture this as an asynchronous process and get all of the data out of it. I'm now just double checking that there's not actually just an async version of process.run. So what we have here is bytes. Yeah, this is what I don't understand what this is. Return try await cannot pass function of type blah 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 to parameter expecting synchronous function type. I don't understand what I've done that has broken everything. Async inferred from asynchronous operation used here. Oh, because this is now async. But this can't be async. Check to throwing continuation can't be async. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's go copy Eskimo's code. All right, so what's going on here? Why is this a completion handler? Eskimo, come on. Group notify Q main if let error completion handler blah blah blah. Okay, so if we instead say that instead of why? Okay, so this returns a result and output data. So okay, instead of doing a completion handler, we're gonna say that this is async throws an int 32 and a data. Okay, and then we're gonna wrap this whole thing in with return try 08 with checked throwing continuation, blah blah blah, continuation. Can I spell continuation in that? Okay. So here, if there's an error, we are going to say continuation dot resume throwing error. And here we're going to say continuation dot resume returning proc dot termination status output. Is this just fine as is? I'm not gonna read through this. I'm gonna assume that Eskimo knows what he's talking about. This must be run on the main queue. Okay, we're gonna ignore that part. We're gonna just see what happens if we try this. Well, because here's the remaining part. Well, here, let's leave that as is. We will in fact wrap this whole thing in an enum. What is this Eskimo? Eskimo is a very helpful Apple employee who hangs out in the dev forums and is the only reason to ever go to the dev forums, because he teaches everybody all kinds of nice, cool things. Eskimo's great. Yes, he is a legend. All right, so we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna say return, try. Oh, he's on Mastodon too? Nice. Oh, wait. Eskimo runner dot launch tool. Okay, so we need a URL. This is our URL here. We can actually drop the dot in it. Arguments, and then we need our like custom arguments that we've got here. Cannot convert return expression of type int32 data to return type string. Fair enough. We're gonna say that we want let, and we actually don't care about the return. We just want data equals that. Guard let data, guard let string equals string. Data encoding UTF-8 else. We're just gonna return empty string for now. I just don't feel like dealing with this. Return string. I just want to see if we can get something that works. Boom! Just immediately failed. We're already on a background queue. That's a problem. I give up. I give up. We're not doing this in Swift. We're just going to do this in PowerShell because I honestly don't have time to deal with this. We already have it written PowerShell. Like this is just how it works. You call invoke expression, and you get the value. And you say out string. Just give me the output of that. Then parse it. Then run this command. We're done. Is it gross? Is it mean that we have to install PowerShell on our systems? Does it mean that we've got more language than we actually need? Yes, all of those things. But I've spent now at this point almost 2 hours trying to even just try to run this line. And it doesn't work. So I'm giving up. What do we need to do? I'm sorry. This is just, it's frustrating. I don't understand why this is so hard. It doesn't seem like go run a command and give me its output should be something that is difficult for Swift to do. All right, here's our existing build scripts. No, so this is test mobile, test vision. So yeah, we added a test vision, but we actually need this now to be calling into our other code. So I think we just want to say pwsh scripts. What did I call them? Was it actually scripts? It is scripts. Test vision dot ps1. I forgot to actually write the word scripts after I looked up that that was correct. Test dash vision. And then the next thing would be test underscore, no, sorry, beta underscore vision. And I called this one archive, which I think is actually closer than calling it beta. I think for now we're going to leave this in stage test because we do actually want to run this on our build, but yeah, I don't think that that's where we want to start. So, okay. Given that, I think we now need to screen share into our CI machine. Hey, thank you for the follow of the wind. Oops. Unable to resolve Mac Mini M1. Okay, so here's what we got here. We have our CI machine. It runs a bunch of stuff. I think one thing that we need to do that I did last night on my local machine is we need to move our SSA or our App Store Connect key over to here. So let's go. That was in a folder tilde. I think it was just .app store connect. Let's go look at that. Yeah, there's a tilde.appstoreconnect private keys. So let's actually open that folder for ourselves. And then I think this is smart enough that I can just drag and drop this. Actually, I need to go create that folder first. So that'll open up in Finder, and then I think I can just... Yeah, look at that. Love drag and drop. Okay, given that we've got that, I think the next thing that we do is... Honestly, can I just try pushing this? What is the -P on mkdir? So hilariously, nobody knows what it stands for. I think if you go Google it, nobody knows what that actually stands for. But what it does mean is that when you are creating, hey, thank you for the follow, Ivan. Thank you, Ivan. When you create a folder and you're creating like multiple levels of folders, it goes, go ahead and create every folder leading up to that folder. And so when I was saying here, like, go create ~App Store Connect private keys, neither one of these folders existed. So if I had said, you know, so like, let's call this, you know, just for old time's sake, iTunes Connect. If I say mkdir and I don't put the P, it's going to go, I don't know what iTunes Connect is. Yeah. So in order to get it to create both of them at the same time, I added the -P. That's what that does. It's basically create this entire path. Maybe the P stands for path. But yeah, I think the last time I Googled it, everybody was like, parent, path, I don't know. There's no official consensus on what the P means. So we moved our private key into there. Yeah, I think we should be able to just test this now. That is useful, yeah. All right, let's go take a look at our changed files here. Oh yeah, we should just toss this entire build tool in the trash. Yeah. The answer here is we give up. Can I just open in here? Okay, so we are keeping our new scripts, which includes test vision and that. Why is that file of all files added? Okay, whatever. What else have we changed? We added our test files to here, including a blank line with white space on it. Forbidden. Okay, that's gone. We added our new test files. We fixed some references in our thing that for some reason have not been showing up in Xcode, but showed up as soon as I tried to actually archive the thing. We added an actual provisioning profile specifier to our Vision Pro app, which we've not needed to do because we haven't been building for an actual device, because nobody has an actual device. And then, yeah, we had to define how we wanted to export our file, and we had to actually write some scripts to do that. So this here is saying, go archive it for into this path, basically. This one is saying, after you've archived it, export out of the archive to just this build folder. And then this here is saying, actually go and upload it. I think there is something that we're still missing, and so this might fail at the very end here, which is that we are not currently updating our version numbers. And that was why I wanted to do this in Swift, because I was like, oh man, I don't want to have to do like editing a toist file and then rerunning toist, blah, blah, blah in PowerShell. That sounds gross. But unfortunately, I think that that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to commit this. We're going to see what it does give us. And then we'll go back and fix that. But I'm done with trying to make it work in Swift. So what we should see in here, we've got the same number of stages, but now we have more items in our stage. So if we go look back and look at this one, it just has test. Now we have a beta vision, test mobile, test vision. So we're going to watch all of those. See what happens. It looks like Beta Vision is going to be the first one up. I assume Beta Vision is the one most likely to fail. Oh, apparently Test Mobile is going to run first. This one should have nothing happen because this is exactly the same. I haven't touched this one except renaming it. Not a great yearbook accolade for it. I don't know what you're... I don't get it. Yeah, so the mobile one still all runs through... Oh, most likely to fail. The mobile one still all runs through Fastlane. Fastlane seemingly does not actually support Vision Pro yet, so that's why we're not using Fastlane. Otherwise, I definitely would have given up and just used Fastlane forever ago. It's a pain because of Ruby, but oh my god, everything else is more of a pain. I've learned how to deal with Ruby, and it's pain. I've not learned how to deal with anything else. Okay, so Test Mobile succeeded, it says, and yet it still says it's running. I probably should have just disabled the Test Mobile one until we had everything else working. Maybe I'll do that. Let's go just comment those out. Because, yeah, we know this one works. Although, watch this now. Well, okay, I was going to say watch this now fail, but we already know that it didn't fail. It, in fact, succeeded. Oh, don't, not retrying. Dang it. Don't retry. I thought that was a refresh button. It was not. Okay, so Test Vision passed, interestingly. That doesn't look like it passed. That definitely does not look like it passed. It, in fact, says build failed. Unable to find SDK SROS. Are we not using the right version of Xcode? How would you feel about running that Vision Pro Fastlane fork with support? So there's a problem, which is that there are two different forks for the two different parts of Fastlane that they need to do. And no, I'm not willing to run, like, download this version of Fastlane, run it here, and then download this version of Fastlane and run it here. Retail Xcode now supports Vision. Yes, yeah, no, I agree. It's not Xcode that I have to worry about. It's Fastlane specifically. Okay, so we got two different problems here. Why did this fail? And why did this not fail? Those are the two questions. Why did this fail? Why did this not fail? Why did this not build? And then why did the not building... Hey, thank you for the follow, Zerf10. Why did this not build? And then why did this not turn into a failed build when it didn't build? Because it says job succeeded. And so my guess is that we've done something wrong with our PowerShell script? That we're not capturing the, like, output anywhere. Because I think, yeah, with Bash, if anything fails, although no, is that's that whole EUO pipe fail, right? Set E option instructs Bash to immediately exit if any command has a non-zero exit status. I think that's... We need whatever the equivalent of that is in PowerShell. Where's my PowerShell line? Error action preference. How to stop a PowerShell script on the first error. However, for EXEs, you need to do this, but EXE, I'm not doing EXEs. That's fine. So yeah, I guess we need to set error action preference equals stop at the beginning of each of these PowerShell scripts. Which is fine because there's only two, but... See if we've gotten anywhere here. So that said it passed. Beta Vision said it passed, but it also failed for different reasons. The same reason, basically. Unable to find XROS. Okay, we must not be using the latest Xcode here. Xcode's list. Yeah, look at that. We have Xcode 15.2 installed, but we don't have it selected. So let's actually just change that and rerun it. Xcode's select 15.2. And then I think we can just retry those individual jobs. So let's actually start with retrying test vision. Now what's interesting is this, we're still paying the cost of having to do all of the Ruby stuff. If we go look at our GitLab CI YAML, beforehand we say bundle install. It's like, it's still slow there, but oh well. Although Toist fetch seems to be even slower. Okay, well, it looks like it built that time. Got a bunch of errors, but we knew about those. Build succeeded. Created cache. Job succeeded. That looks right. Okay, let's go to Beta Vision. Let's try rerunning this one. So yeah, how are we going to handle version numbers? Because in Fastlane, we have a tool to do that for us. I would imagine we'd want to do it in the Toist script, but the question then is, can we get that in a way that we're not failing to run it locally? I liked how it was like giving me that's exactly what I want. And I was like, yeah, cool. Go to this page. And then it's just like, nah. I don't know what to do. This is what I want. This is exactly the page that I need. Tourist guides environment. It looks like they've deleted a lot of their docs. Interestingly. Yeah, where is all of the docs on, like, what the manifests actually are? And this just takes me straight back to here. Yeah, they've deleted a bunch of their docs. What the heck? Why would you remove this? All your docs belong to me. How am I supposed to know how to edit any of these things? It's just like, yeah, you need a package.swift or you need a project.swift. Okay. Where, like, how do I define that? Creating your first project? Is it in here? Oh, they moved it into one of these things. Okay, at least this is moderately nice. This still doesn't give me full in-depth information about any of these things. Yeah, I think you're right, Adam. I think it is Wayback Machine time. Looking at documentation platforms this morning. I have not looked at documentation platforms in forever. I used to use readme.io, but that was forever ago. And also, I used them because I think they comped me an account for free. Generation time configuration. There are certain scenarios where you might need to customize the projects at generation time. For example, if you're building a white label app, you might want to use the same project structure, but adjust some... Hey, thank you for the follow, Plumie. Adjust some attributes on a per app basis. For example, the name of the app. To facilitate that, Toast allows passing configuration through environment variables that can be accessed from the manifest files. For example, Toast app name, blah, 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 Toast app locale. Variables can be accessed using the environment type. Any variables following the convention toast_xxx defined in the environment or passed to Toast when running commands will be accessible using the environment type. Environment.appName. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is showing basically exactly what we want. If we have something, return this. Otherwise, return this. Yeah, so I think we would just want like an app information enum with static vars on it that are like, what's our app name? What's our version and what's our... Oh, I remember why I was doing this all in Swift. God damn it. Because I need to be able to call out to Git in order to do this. This is obnoxious. I don't like this at all. Can I call out to Git from within the command line and then, or sorry, within PowerShell, and then take that value and pass it into Toast? I would have to, yeah, right? No, yeah, okay. No, I know what I'm doing. Okay, this is good. I think I know how to handle this. We're going to set environment variables. We're going to set environment variables, and then we're going to read those environment variables. And if we don't have them, then we're going to fall back to something else. I think that's where we're going with this. Okay. Where is our actual value here? Okay, so that's right here. So we've got our marketing version here. We have that, and then we also have our current project version here. Oh, no, I'm an idiot. We can generate this, and then we can just use AGV tool. That's a much better idea. Let's do that. It would be an archive vision. Yeah, sorry, scripts. Sorry, archive vision. Yeah, no, this is what we're going to do. This is a much better plan. Invoke expression. And then what do we need? So we need... Yeah, because get status. Okay, so we're just going to... Oh, yeah. I guess we're just going to look at Xcode real quick. In here, we've got 23.0 as our version. Build number is 0. We can use AGV tool to fix that. So... which AGV tool? But can we also XC run find AGV tool? Because that'd be a lot better if I could just say, just do this through XC run. Yeah, okay. XC run AGV tool help. AGV tool new version. And let's just say 24 for now. Setting version of Project Kineo to 24. Okay. So that should have set it for the whole project. Yeah. And so here on Vision app, we have build 24. Here over here, we have build 24, blah, blah, blah. And then if I say new marketing version instead of new version, that should set the other one. We're going to set that to 24.0. I don't know what that error that it gave me was. And it didn't work. It changed a bunch of info plists, but we're not using the info plists for our version number. We're using this here, marketing version. This setting defines the user visible version of the project. This is what we want to change. Can I do this the dumbest way possible? Here's what we're gonna do. In here, what do? We say with mobile, bundle exec fastlane beta. With test mobile, we say bundle exec fastlane test. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Fastlane. Fast file. Here we increment our build number and our marketing number. So we're gonna do a desk update the version numbers of the project. Lane. Update versions. Do. And we're just gonna grab all of that. And then in here, we're gonna say update versions. So when we're doing our iOS version, we're doing this, we're calling that, it's calling into update versions. But I'm thinking that what we want to do here is on test vision, no, not test vision, on beta vision. We're just gonna call bundle exec fastlane update versions. So we'll continue to use fastlane just to rewrite the version number and then build it with PowerShell. Okay, so let's actually set this back, because I think we've now changed a bunch of files that we didn't actually want to change. Or maybe not, because those are derived. Yeah, no, it did actually include them. Yeah, okay. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. That should remain, but we need to get rid of that extra white space. Yeah, let's get rid of this extra invoke expression that we don't need. Stop. I'm hitting buttons too fast and Emacs can't keep up with me. Okay, so these are the changes we want to make. And now I'm going to say, what if we bundle exec fastlane update versions? That's all I'm going to try to do. Bundle exec fastlane. Hit fastlane update versions. That'll run Fastlane. It'll change a bunch of files. Blah, 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 blah. Updated to 700. 700 is the right value. Current version of Project Kineo is 24. We're updating it to 700. So that incremented that, but where's incrementing the... I guess it didn't do that because we don't have a CI commit branch set. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. We also don't care about that. We don't care about any of those. Okay, let's try this again. What we want to do is we want to say CI commit branch equals release 24.0. Didn't do that. Okay. Not recognized as the name. Oh, Jesus. Zeesh. Oh. Let me get out of PowerShell for a second. Boop. Okay, so that time, I think... it did actually increment this to 24.0. Okay, but it changed these in here in info plist. That still doesn't sound like it fixed the Xcode project, which we would need it to do. Yeah, this still says 23.0 right here. That's not what we want. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter because the version that we build may have the right thing. When did I change this? And are we using generate info plist? We probably are for this one, for the visionOS one. Yeah, we are using it for Vision App. Is that a good idea? Maybe we just set that to no. It still doesn't help. Yeah, we're setting marketing version here. We really need it to be changed when we build. Increment version number. I'm wondering if there's a way to say, just go edit the Xcode project file. You first have to set up your Xcode project if you haven't done it already. This is just going to tell me to use. You're a madman and do them manually? No, I refuse. Everything should be handled by CI. Well, for one thing, like, I mean, this is all built into us anyway. Like, set up your version and build numbers. AGV tool searches your application's info plist for your version and build numbers. But that's not how this is done anymore. This is obnoxious. I don't like it. I don't know if you should, Mono. That's the problem. It is really helpful. And it's just, I'm now running into, like, the problem is that Fastlane's not ready. Really, this is down to Fastlane. I'm trying to work around the fact that I don't have Fastlane anymore, and I'm realizing how much Fastlane is normally very helpful. And as soon as I get outside of a world where I can use Fastlane, I'm lost and confused and cold and tired. This is all Fastlane's fault for not being as good as it could be. And then as soon as I am outside of the world of Fastlane, I'm like, help, I need you back. I need you right now. I have a stupid idea. Yeah, exactly. Fastlane has been around forever. I understand the safety it brings until now. Yeah, if they had just like merged those things, we wouldn't be in this situation. It's not like Josh is running 7 things at a time, right? What's wrong with him? Are these derived info playlists? Do they have anything in them? God damn it, Josh. Okay, if we keep that and we delete all of these, like that. So these all had something in here. If I get rid of that, what do we got going on now? Those all existed at some point. Where are they getting those values from? I don't know. Because these are all derived from something. But what is that something? Or are they derived from something? Project, no. Toist. Project description helpers. Target definitions. Mobile app. Mobile app info plist. Okay, so do we already have an existing info plist? Wait, hold up. I'm an idiot. Well, okay, so no, hold on. We've got all of these info lists. Your schedule is ruining my life. I'm sorry, Eaglemot. I apologize. We have these existing info lists that handle other things. Vision app is one of those. Okay, you know what? Doesn't matter. Vision app is one of these. If we rerun this, was it updating the Vision app one? You missed it, Eaglemot. We had a special guest come for a visit. The one, the only Ziffly man was here. In the flesh, or at least in the like pixels. He was in chat. He is real. Ish, real-ish. Okay, so if I do that, and then I have updated my GitLab CI YAML to call it, can we consider that good enough? Let's try it. Update version numbers for visionOS. First thing that I want to do is I want to actually check what happened here. Positional parameter cannot be found that accepts argument L. I don't think that was what we were expecting. Line 5. I say export succeeded. Always thought he was an urban legend or some kind of cryptid like a Bigfoot or Mothman. Yeah, are you saying that those aren't real? He is exactly like Bigfoot or Mothman, which is that he doesn't show up very often. but he's totally real. And just lives somewhere that humans don't normally go. What am I trying to do? Where am I at? I need to center myself again because I'm lost from all of the things that I've been trying to tackle. Line 5 in Archive Vision doesn't like the letter L. What don't you like about the letter L? Why is there a letter L here? Is that new? Why was the letter L here? I agree. There should not have been a letter L there. That was the whole problem. I had just had the random letter L sitting on my thing. Okay, fine. We'll fix that. Push that up. All right, let's see what we get now. We should now only have the 2 Vision ones because we commented out the other ones. Test Vision is already running. Holy crap. GitLab actually decided to do something on time. Job succeeded. Okay. That one succeeded last time, so that's not that impressive. Let's see what we get out of Beta Vision. Are we getting anything? See, this is one thing that I don't understand. Is like sometimes it'll say job succeeded, and then it'll just sit there saying, oh yeah, I'm still running. No, you're not still running. Your job succeeded. You need to finish and let the next person go. There we go. Now if I refresh, it should have a green check mark. No, okay, it still says it's running even though we only have one thing at a time. Nightbot, you are not random enough. You just say the same things over and over again. Okay, this one says it succeeded. But again, this failed. Okay, what happened here? Export succeeded. Version number, it says it did something. We did not get... Huh. I know what the problem is here. This didn't work because we're not on our release branch. I don't know how to test that. I think we would just have to push that to a release branch and see what happened. It did set our commits to the right number. So our build version is correct. Then this was a big mess. AL tool ran. Did I say that this should be verbose? No? It just is. Okay, that's fine. Ah, Jenga equals 1. Yeah, error uploading the info plist in the package must contain the CF bundle short version string key, unable to validate your application. I'm pretty sure that the only reason that that failed was because we're not on the release branch. So I kind of want to commit this in release mode and see what happens. So let's go back to our GitLab CI. We're going to bring this back. Because as far as I can tell, everything mostly looked like it worked. So test mobile, bring that back. And then beta vision should run on stage beta. So we're going to push this, and then I think we just immediately merge it. I mean, not immediately. It does still have to do the other thing, but... let's mark that as ready. And then, yeah, set it to auto merge. And then I'll let you all watch this. I'm going to go take a quick break, and I'll leave this just on screen here. I'll be right back. See you soon. Hey, it looks like it passed. We expected that. Did it auto-merge? It did not actually auto-merge. Set to be merged when the pipeline succeeds. Both parts of it succeeded. Wait, why is this running? This shouldn't be running. Okay, let's go cancel our merge. Because that shouldn't be running. I think we need to investigate our YAML file. Ah, this only needs to be on both of them. Also, so does this tags. I don't know how I missed that. We definitely need those available on both. So we'll see this fail. Yeah, that actually failed. You know, the other thing that we're still missing is that this is saying it's successful, even though it failed. I don't like that. I'm wondering if that's a problem with AL tool, though. Is AL tool giving us a status 0, even though it's failing? We are setting our error action preference, so it should be fine. Oh, is that going to kill that other one because I pushed this up? No, it finished anyway. Yeah, see, this should not have had 2 pieces to it. It's weird because I'm pretty sure we checked that beforehand and it didn't have 2 pieces to it. And this one only had 1. We moved this. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't get it. You know, the one thing that we didn't try was just using Xcode Cloud for all of this. The amount of pain that we suffered through this, that might have actually been worth it. I really wanted this to just be the early part of the stream tonight. They're like, oh yeah, just we'll finish off CI real quick. It won't be a problem. Then we'll get on to the 3D video exports. Plans don't always go as you expect. All right, that succeeded. So our merge request should merge. It did. Okay, so now we should have a new pipeline. Our new pipeline is gonna run those same tests again, and then we'll finally watch the beta. You know what? We're gonna go look at something completely different while we wait for these to run, because they're gonna take a minute. For the 3D video export, we have a problem because we cannot run the 3D video export on simulator. It just doesn't work. That was a big part of I don't know, people who've been on the stream for a while may remember that we did a lot of trying to get the export to work, and it was just giving us absolute nonsense errors. And so finally I filed a feedback with Apple and said, hey, you know, I can't understand how to make this work at all. And Apple was like, they sent some back and forth for a while, and they're like, oh, are you doing this on the simulator? It doesn't work on the simulator. And yeah, the error is useless, but it doesn't work on the simulator. And it's like, yeah, I'm using the simulator, man. Like, nobody has a Vision Pro to test this with. Yes, I'm using the simulator. Of course I'm using the simulator. So then, yeah, we went back and we built some stuff on iOS, which, you know, there are iOS devices in the world. And so I've been able to do that. But that's where we're going to need to do all of our work on 3D video support. However, my tool that I have that shows you the iPad in the corner, it's not showing you an iPad in the corner. I don't know where that is. So we're going to need to look into that, because otherwise you're going to be staring at a whole lot of nothing. And that's just not fun streaming to watch. So we're going to go try to fix that up. That's our alerts. Yeah. This is the same project that does all of Escamina's Goat Screams, Eaglemont's Fireworks, Mono's Crashing Xcode. All of that comes through this same tool. But it's supposed to also display... Yeah, that one. Wait, no. That was nothing. I don't know what happened there. I thought Mono actually just crashed Xcode. There we go. Okay. I thought Mono crashed Xcode, and then he actually had not crashed Xcode. And then he crashed Xcode. Who else been doing your job? So you missed it when you went to go get your noodles, but... Jesus. Xcode actually crashed itself while you were gone. So that was good times. That Xcode was just like, yeah, no, we're not doing anything anymore. So Xcode's still your job, is where we're going with this. I am going to temporarily turn that effect off for a minute, because rebooting it if you're running it inside of Xcode, kind of a pain in the butt. So we're going to kill that for just a minute, and then I'll let Mono have all of the crashes he wants after that. But for a minute, we're just going to turn it off. And you can still use the goat effect, the scream effect, the speak effect, the... I don't even remember what the swifter effect... How do you even get to the swifter effect? Goats, fireworks, grayscale, speaking. I don't remember how do you get to the swifter effect. Oh, this is the compile WTF emote, which I think he got rid of, so you're not able to do that. We've already crashed our app. Great. Glorious. The app has crashed because it attempted to access privacy-sensitive data without a usage description. Seems like a problem. Why would that have changed? It would also explain why we're not saying anything. I just don't know why it would have changed. Oh, we had to rebuild this whole project. At one point. Remember how it didn't build on Sonoma? We deleted everything. That's probably when it broke. Yeah, why don't we just use our info pay list? Derived. Did we build this in Tourist? Did we go back and make Twitch alerts work in Tourist? We did. We totally did. So we're gonna need that, and then we're gonna need to rerun Tourist. How have we just lost a file? We definitely have done a lot of changes here, but what happened to that other file? I have no idea what could possibly have happened to that. I don't know how I ended up here either. Where's this at? This is in Sources Twitch points. What? I don't understand at all what is happening right now. Whatever. Does that make the app build? Yes. Okay, cool. Does it make the app? Does it make the camera appear? Still no. Why didn't that work? That should be in here. Info plist key. Oh, I screwed up. That's actually what we need. We don't need that extra bit at the front of it. Let's try again. Hey, there we go. And there's our iPad. I pointed over that direction, but actually I mean point over that direction. iPad. Good stuff. All right. So now that that's working, we should be able to do that again. That should bring it back. Where is it? Why is it not here? Yeah, what is TW alert? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna build this. Is that the new iWatch Pad Mini SE Pro Max? What? What if I do that? Does it make it? No, it doesn't make it any better. But I can do this. Just kidding. Apparently I can't do any of these things. I've got buttons that should make it full screen, but they're not doing anything. Code's hard, y'all. Sometimes code just doesn't work. Okay, yeah, no, that's all you get is the tiny one. Hold on one second. Okay, thank you. Like, why does it say be right back? Why is it also frozen? Here, if I move enough of these windows, does it go back to full speed? Yeah, there we go. Okay. What were we doing? I need... to figure out whether or not, like, what is this TW alert? So that I can make sure that it's pointed at the right place. Get all that set up, and then I start it at this folder. So I need to figure out if that is, in fact, the right version of what we are currently building. Ins in ORYKF. The one that we're pointing to ends in ORYKF. So this should be correct. Why isn't it working? Yeah, so the problem that I'm trying to deal with here, hold on, let me make sure that I have my secret stuff hidden. What I'm trying to do is we've got this app right here. This should be the app as we're building it. If we go into here and we build and run this, the iPad appears. As expected, right? So then this should be the exact same thing. Why does it say it was last modified on October 27th? That's suspicious. If we double click that, nothing happened. I mean, probably it's actually running, but maybe not. Oh, that probably crashed immediately because we don't have the right environment variable set. So yeah, why is that? I don't like it. And do a clean. That should get rid of it. Yeah. So now we build a new one. Now it should exist. Yeah, okay. But I don't understand. So then if I run TW alert, we should be getting our camera or our iPad, and it's not showing up. I don't understand. I mean, is it this AV capture device type continuity camera and NS camera continuity camera device type? I wouldn't have thought that that would have been the case. I don't know what to do. Well, I think, unfortunately, we're just going to have to leave crashing off for a little while longer. It's almost like it lost permission to access the camera, and that it doesn't ask again if we're running for the command line. Hold on. Let me try something else. So it's not asking every time. Although it's also not showing. Okay, there it is. If we stop this and we kill it again, or we run it again. Yeah, it's still not showing up. Okay, well. Boo. We'll have to figure that out later. Gotta turn off the other one too. You could have crashed it with points this entire time. All right. It's fixed now. So now that we got that working, let's go back to our CI system. See what we have here. A completely blank screen. Good. That's a good sign. Beta Vision says your info playlist still doesn't exist. We did actually increment this version number though this time to 23.5 instead of 24.0, but that's actually expected because we never renamed the branch. But it still didn't upload. The info plist in the package must contain the CF bundle short version string key. Vision app info plist was updated to 23.5. I think we need to go look at our builds. Because what got built? We have a build here. This is our .ipa. If you rename a .ipa to a .zip, you can actually unzip it, and that'll show you everything that's in here. So there's our actual app. And if I show package contents on that, there's our info plist. So the question is, what's in this info plist? There's our bundle version. But yeah, I don't see a CF short bundle version. Yeah, you see a .pia. Yeah, we don't have a marketing version. What the hell? Do we turn off generate on all the other ones? I guess this is my next question. No, we don't turn off. Also, what happened to the iPad? Decided it was done. It's giving up. We don't do anything in here. No, we do actually specify an info plist. Hold on, that might be the difference. What do we do in Vision app? No, in both of these we specify an info plist. Do we not actually have that set in our info plist? Oh, geez. We should have. No, because that's what that command changes. Updated CF bundle version in there, but updated CF bundle short version string in Kineo Xcode Project Vision app info plist. So those are updated. Question is, do we have generate info plist? Is that different between the two? This is the wrong project entirely. Let's try the right project. If we go here, we go to mobile app, build settings. You can be done. Build settings. We're looking for that generate info plist. Unfortunately, you can't just search for that because generate info plist file. So this is set to no. And then with Vision app, it was set to also no. Wait. It was set to no. And with here, it's also set to no. But differently. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw away these Xcode projects, and we're just going to regenerate them, and we're going to see what those say. Okay. So here's this project. Mobile app. We look at it. Build settings. Generate info plist is no. Vision app. Generate info plist is yes. Why? Are we doing anything to affect that? Yes, we are. We're doing that right there. Why did we do that? So now we don't have anything. We don't have anything there either. Can we even build the app? Apparently, yes. We certainly don't have anywhere near the amount of information in here that we did in the other one. I feel like that's probably why we did that. Because my guess is that this app does not have... Yeah. Simulator device returned an error. The application's info plist does not contain a valid CF bundle version. Do I just need to open both of these up and start copying information back and forth between them? Where's the one that's version number? Bundle version. There we go. Hey, thank you for the follow, Fortran999. Missing a bundle ID. We're just gonna copy and paste everything in here and say we don't need this. CF bundle executable. Build and run. What's the minimum amount of things that we need in order for this to run? Apparently that. Or at least this gets us to it launching. Yeah? That seems pretty good. All right, what else is in there and what do we think might be needed? Icon files for iOS 5? Probably not. Icon files for the iPad? Probably not. Bundle identifier, we have that. Info dictionary version. It's probably worth copying. Bundle name, yeah, we should probably have that. I'm surprised that that wasn't required. It says it's Kineo, but is there anything else that looks like it has a name? Yeah, let's just keep it. Yep. Bundle version short string, we got bundle OS type code. Yeah, copy it. I don't know. Bundle version we got. App uses non-exempt encryption. Yes, we will need that. That's so that App Store Connect doesn't yell at you about using HTTPS. Application requires iPhone environment. Guessing no. Do we actually have it? Yeah, LS requires iPhone OS. I don't think we need that. We don't need the photo library. Why do we have access to the photo library in Kineo anyway? That's interesting. I don't know. NS user activity types. I'm not sure what we use that for either. Application scene manifest we don't need. Supports indirect input events. I think we actually might need that. Launch screen interface file based name. We don't need that. Required device capabilities. ARM v7. Definitely don't need that for this. Interface orientations we don't need. Interface orientations we don't need. Okay. I'm going to say let's use those. What got modified here? Yeah, okay. So now I need a new branch for these. Issues. At this point, my goal for tonight is to get one build up to Apple that has gone through just automated systems. That's my goal for tonight. We'll have to punt on the 3D video again. but I'm not leaving until we have something up. We should also rename our branch too. Alright. We're on the right thing, so now let's go pop that stash. Update info.plist. Push that. Merge conflicts. Oh, okay, whatever. It's like, how do I get merge conflicts when I literally just pulled it? Okay, we'll set that one auto merge. I don't know how else to test that. I guess, yeah, after this merges, we'll try creating a 24.0 from 23.5. And that should itself also automatically push a version to Apple. But it'll be 24.0. It'll actually have the right version. So I did get a version uploaded manually last night. Let's go take a look at that. That might actually be right here. Yeah, look at this. Why do we not have that? Yeah, so if we look in here and we go to test flight, we have a build, and it says it's missing compliance because that's the info plist key that I just copied in. That I said it's not a problem. Standard encryption algorithms, we don't use anything at all. We don't have enough code for that. So yeah, so there is a build up here. We should have some build metadata. It's telling us, yeah, you got all of this stuff. Support all the things. So yeah, I think that's a good sign. We have a build that we have uploaded to Apple. We haven't gotten it approved or anything yet. It's because the app's not done yet. But we do have a build that is available to people. What's interesting is I can send this out for people to test. I don't know who's going to be able to take advantage of that, but I can definitely do it. I would like to try. Hold on. Let's try something else while we're here. I want to try. Who's here that has the Xcode tools installed and is in the Discord and would like to try something out? I want to try creating an IPA build of this. And seeing if other people can just run it. So if I do a version of this and I say, yeah, let's build this for the Apple Vision Pro simulator. Yeah. Mono says maybe. Yeah, I want to see if I upload this to Discord. Again, here's the link. If I upload this to the Discord, do we cause, like, is this something that people can try out? Maybe I need to zip this. Wait, what kind of file is this? Yeah, no, I think I need to export this. So hold on. We'll come back to this. Beep, beep, beep. I think what I actually need to... Oh, can I do an archive for the simulator? I don't think I can. No, it would need to be 15.2 mono. Or any of the betas since 15.0. I don't actually think I'm going to be able to do this anyway. Actually, hold on. Let me try something. If I get rid of the simulator, I go over here and I delete this. Remove that. If I just drag this in. Okay, so that does actually work. Okay, so maybe I try just zipping this up and sharing that. Okay, so that's now in the Vision Pro channel on the Dev Club Discord. If anybody wants to try launching the simulator and running it that way. Let's go back and check on this. Okay, so it did merge. We're working our way through running tests again. I almost wonder if I should disable tests on the final, on the release branch, because you can't get code into the release branch except by going through a merge request. So I don't know why I would run the tests again. They've already run in order to get merged. Well, I don't know that I've run the test on the integrated changes. That should never matter, but it might. Also, I have one test for this entire app. There's not a lot of tests. I don't know why I bothered to do this. Trying to get 15.2? Nice. Hey, use xcodes.app or xcodes from command line. That's how you do it, right? Either one. 15.2 release is probably the better one. Like regular 15.2. Forgot to press the refresh button in Xcodes. Yeah, 15.2 came out last week, early last week. That was when they announced, like, hey, go ship your apps now. And I got into a panic. All right. Finally passed the 2 test jobs. So now we should be able to get into the beta jobs. I'm very eager to see this work. If this version doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to tackle next. Certainly seems like there is a open source opportunity for the SwiftUI process stuff. It seems like a project that would be fun to work on. Just not when I'm trying to rush an app out the door. I feel like we were close. I just didn't want to spend any more time on it. But really being able to just say, like, go run this thing. Here's my standard output. And it just is, it's using Swift concurrency. It feels like a nice thing to have. You only have an Android tablet. Should be all good, right? Yeah, I mean, I've got my Nexus 7. Do you want me to test your app on that? I can do that. Running Marshmallow, I think. Strange. Sorry, yeah, Nexus 7, not Pixel 7. You think you're Oreo up? Nice. Yeah, current Android 6.0 on Marshmallow. Although apparently I can get it up to Android 11 via lineageOS. But yeah, this was it. Wait, it had cheap wireless charging for a tablet in 2013? You got your Pixel C running Lineage? Nice. You think you got that tablet for free when you got Google Fiber? I'm trying to remember how I got this tablet. I don't think I bought it. I would never willingly buy an Android tablet. I don't remember how I got this. But then I also have a Pixel 3a, I believe. So I can actually test on that, because that's on more or less the latest version of the OS of Android. All right, beta mobile passed. Beta vision. Come on. Oh, we got something. It's definitely doing something here. Still need to figure out how to initialize your server faster. Its cold starts are slow. Oh, that's just the JVM for you, right? It definitely looks like it's doing something. Change upload state to complete. This seems promising. The database connection pool is slow. Weird. I know the JVM, back when I was doing a lot of closure, that was always the biggest problem. Is like, oh, you know, boot it up and then it takes forever. I wasn't doing any serverless stuff. Hey, look at that. No errors uploading build/kineo.ipa. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's go check it. Do we have a build? 23.5. Version 701. 706. Okay, yes. We did it. Holy cow. I actually have a build done up all through CI. All good. It only took me 3.5 hours. I got it. It's working. All right. Last thing to do, I think, and I'm not going to wait for the results of this one. Is it Apple Vision designed for iPad? No. It should just be Apple Vision, not designed for iPad. Are you asking that question in regards to the thing I uploaded for you, or? What are you asking? Trying to get a sim? Oh, you should be able to just go, like, open the simulator app itself, and then go, where is it at? Open Simulator, visionOS, Apple Vision Pro. Yeah. And if you don't know how to open the simulator, go into Xcode, go to Xcode, Open Developer Tool, Simulator. So you do that, Xcode, Open Developer Tool, Simulator, get that working, and then drag and drop the thing in. Or, no, actually, you wouldn't be at this window. Basically, you'd be here. And then you go Open Simulator, visionOS 1, Apple Vision Pro, and that'll launch you into here, and then you can drag and drop the thing in. Yep, just like that. You thought you had to get add Vision to your app to get the sim going? No. You can launch the sim no matter what. Yeah, let's go back and finish getting this version. Now you're downloading. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's going to take a minute. Yeah, repository. We're gonna fix this branch so that we get the right version number up here. Settings. Actually, we need to go to code, branches, new branch. Create from 23.5. We're gonna call it 24.0. Okay, branch. Branch already exists. It shouldn't. We do have a 24.0 branch. It's 110 commits behind 23.5. What? Oops. All right, let's set this. Let's set release 23.5's upstream to 24.0. Yeah, it's 108 commits ahead. And that's not enough. Actually, hold on. We do need to set that back up to origin. There's got to be an easier way to do that. Pull those changes down. Now set it to 23.5, 24.0, sorry. Now push that there. Now go here, push that there. Okay, so now 24.0 will be up to date. Yeah, 0, 0. Cool. All right. And then I think, yeah, we just set the 24.0 to be our default branch. Actually, I think I want to go to repository. Yeah. And now everything from now on will go to 24.0. And we should be good as long as I can find. There we go. All right, that'll get all of my releases actually going to the right place. Holy cow, that's a big step. I can't believe it took as long tonight as it did, but it did. And that's the thing. You had to step away. How's progress? It is working. We are good. We are done. We have a build on here. This build came entirely from CI. Went through, got the version number, got the build number. It's up there. It's processing. I'm going to assume processing goes fine because the other one went fine. Oh, yeah, it's done. Look at that. We even don't have to select the HTTPS issue. Where are you hosting your GitLab server on? I am currently hosting it on Linode. However, a recent theme of the stream is I am moving off of GitLab. I am so sick of it. It's not been working for me recently. So I'm going to be moving to GitHub after this project is done. But yeah, I'm currently hosting it on Linode, Linode. But yeah, I'm kind of over GitLab right now. I've had so many bugs with it, and then they just had this big security issue. Yada yada yada. I'm like, I don't feel like self-hosting this anymore. I'm just gonna go to GitHub. They make a good project. Yep, GitHub. Yep. So, oh well. It used to be that GitLab was so much nicer than GitHub, and it just seems like they've gone both in different directions. Like GitHub has gotten a lot better, and GitLab has gotten only slightly worse, but it's enough of a pain that the self-hosting is not worth it. And I don't want to have to be managing all of this, and just like some of the weird inconsistencies that happen. My guess is that the problem is I've been hosting this for like 8 years, and probably just the biggest issue is that like my machine that I'm hosting it on is now no longer big enough to be a GitLab host. It's like it doesn't have enough CPU, probably doesn't have enough memory. It's kind of expanded beyond that, and I don't want to spend even more on self-hosting this than I already am. So yeah, I'm just gonna drop it because yeah, now the performance is just pretty bad. There's been days where it's like I'm not even able to check out my code because the CPU is just hung. And yeah, it's not worth it. And then the amount of pain that you have to go through to update it. I was showing Mono the other night that they've got this like GitLab update path tool. Yeah, this one right here. And say you fall a couple versions behind. You're like, oh, you know, I'm on 16.2, whatever. Okay, this one's not too bad. But you have to like update individual versions. You can't just update straight to 16.7.3. You're like, oh, I've got to update to 16.3.7. Then you have to wait for these background migrations to finish. So like you run the upgrade takes a while. Then you have to like wait for these background migrations. You just keep refreshing this page. Like, are they done yet? Are they done yet? Are they done yet? Then you can update the next one. I think the last time that I had to do an update like this, well, not the last time because I did it 2 days ago to do the security issue. The time before that I updated it, there were like 5. And it was just, this is ridiculous. I have, you know, do an update, run forever. Do an update, run forever. Yeah, it was not fun. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back on my regular stream schedule for once. Tomorrow night, Monday night in the States here, 7 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, should be finally actually getting to the 3D export. I know I've been promising that for a couple streams now, but I actually don't have anything in the way now. So 3D video export, that will be what we're working on next stream, and should be good. Should be fun. Let's work on that. So yep. See you then. Have a good start to your week. Goodbye.